Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Have you been on working hard on your feet all day long and wondering, what am I going to rub my feet with? Well, if you're looking for something to ease those aches and pains that you have in your joints and in your feet, to the bottom of your feet, all those places, well, you're in the right place. Today, we are going to make a pain relieving rub. And I have my ingredients right here in front of me. And I'm going to let you know what they are. And what I will do, I'll probably put in the description box what they're good for and all of that. Because I have 6 ingredients here. And two of them, no, this is a pain relieving rub that I have been making for quite a number of years. And I always share it with family, friends, and all that. And it has been such a big hit to people. I am making a second batch today because I already have a batch here infusing. This could pour at any time, but I just like to leave them in the bottle until I'm ready to just pour them out and distribute them and use them and everything else. So the ingredients I have here in front of me, I have my cloves. And cloves, this is good for like just the numbing effect that you would need to have for those things. Because, like if we have a toothache or something like that, we would put some clove oil on it or whatever the case. So this is for the numbing effect. But before we continue, let me tell you the 2 ingredients that I have decided to add to this pain relieving rub. Because normally I just add the ones I have here. But this time I've decided to add some white willow bark. And this is known for as, a substitute for aspirin. But before we go any further, this is just a disclaimer. I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that. I just have done quite a number of research, and I've been doing this for quite a number of years. So I am just sharing it with you. If you feel that you might be allergic to anything, you can check with your medical doctor before you use any kind of herbal regimen. So yes, this is my white willow bark, and this is my horsetail I'm going to put in here. And as I told you, the white willow bark, it is not going to, kill the pain. It's not going to work the way how it would work if you did it in a tincture. In a tincture, then it, is a substitute for aspirin. But what we are using it for now is because of its medicinal effect in rubbing your joints and all those things. So, as I said, I'm either going to list it in the body or the description box. And then I'm going to be adding some horsetail. Horsetail now is rich in the silica, which is good for the skin, the overall skin. But not only is it, good to help tighten back up that skin and all of that, but it is good for in a pain relieving rub for that very effect. Then the next thing that we are going to be adding here, so those are my 2 additions, but the thing that we're going to be adding here is Arnica. And our Arnica is good for, it is going to be good for just the soothing effect to soothe those sore muscles because it's going to penetrate right deep down inside. Then we have the comfrey, which is also known as knit bone. So, that speaks for itself. What this comfrey is going to do is going to restore the sore bones. Like, just a quick testimony. A couple of Probably a couple of months now, I fell at work. I was coming into work and I fell and I hit my knees. And I hit it so hard, I thought that I had broken something because I went down. Normally, what they do when you're stepping up on the cement embankment, there is a metal thing there with like some spikes on it, and I fell and I hit my knee on that. So I did not hit my knee on the actual seabed. And I mean, this thing was so painful. And since then, my knees haven't been behaving the way that they should. So that's why I am making this pain reliever rub as well, because I want something that every night when I come home, I can rub my knees, rub the bottom of my feet. Because another thing that I do, I walk a lot, and I bought some male boots, sort of, to help me. But I find that those boots seem to be, destroying my feet a little bit more. So I have to change my shoes as well. And I am just going to, change that, try this pain reliever rub, see what happens. The next thing I have here is some red pepper flakes. And what red pepper flakes are going to do, they're going to just give you that warmth. And don't worry, they're not going to burn you or anything like that. It's just going to give you that warmth that you need to just be able to ease that sore joint. Because trust me, when I get home after a long day, mine is very, very, very sore. These are our herbs that we're going to make our pain reliever rub with. And now, the oils that I am going to use, I'm going to use some grapeseed oil. I love avocado oil because it can stand up. The heating point is very good and it can stand up to the test of time. I am not using any olive oil because sometimes the olive oil goes rancid. And for the length of time that I might be having my pain relieving rub, in the storage, I need something that is going to stand up. And then I have here also, I'm going to use probably a cup of my castor oil. And I'm using castor oil in my pain reliever rub this time. I've never really used the castor oil. But what I would normally do with the castor oil is I put it in my navel. I would rub it underneath my eyes and stuff like that for the bags and all those things. But today I am putting it, and the reason I do that is because castor oil has a way of drawing out any kind of information and any, it's just a drawing oil. So I want to use that this time to see if it would help with my needs. And then I have the quart bottle, and I have my thing there. So I've already measured out all these things, and these are 3 tablespoons of each because I want mine pretty strong this time. So I'm just putting everything in my bottle. Just gonna put everything in my bottle. And, I just measured them out to save time. Now, this is 2 tablespoons because I didn't have a lot of the red peppers. Then this is also 2. All right. And all of my herbs are in there. And if you wanted to put a little bit more, like to bring it to halfway, you can do so. It's not gonna hurt. But I'm just going to use these amount because this is 3 tablespoons. Then I'm going to put, this is a cup of my grapeseed oil. Then I'm going to put a cup of my castor oil. And I want to get everything out of here. And then what I am going to do is I am just going to top it up with my avocado oil. If I could get this open. All right, so then what I'm going to do is top it up with my avocado oil. And then I'm going to bring it midway. Then what we're going to do, give it a little shake. And then we're going to move to the stove because I'm going to show you what you can do is to label this and just put it in your cupboard for like maybe 6 months or however long you want to keep it. Because mine was probably infusing probably 4 months now. But what I like to do is I like to put a little heat to it because I have some woody things inside here. So I like to put a little heat to it so that it can be infusing for those amount of months, but it would have already have a good start. So we are going to move to our stove now, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. Oh, but before we do that, what I normally do, I have a roller bottle here. These are like deodorant bottles, but one of my friends had asked me if I could put theirs instead of a dropper bottle like this, if I can put theirs in a roller bottle so that they can get it back. So I put mine in a roller bottle. I just roll it on my knee as well. And or wherever it's hurting and thing. Then you can also make a salve with it. So this is a pain relieving salve. You can also make a salve with this oil. All you would need to add to this oil, if you wanted to, a little bit of shea butter to give it that moisture, and some beeswax, or if you don't like the beeswax, you can use whatever kind of wax you want. And then these are my essential oils that I would put in it when I'm pouring it out. When I decide to pour it out, I put some frankincense, some lavender. Lavender is a calming thing. The frankincense would also help with the joint pains and all of that. The cedarwood. Then I use the cedarwood. Cedarwood is also good for joint pains, but it gives it that earthy sort of scent that I like. I like that earthy scent. So those are the 3 oils that I would put in there. So let's move over to the stove quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. Right? I am here by the stove. Now this is my pot that I'm going to use. I'm going to just put a tack cloth right to the bottom here so that my bottle doesn't sit directly on the pot. And then I'm just going to put this in here and I'm going to add a little bit more water so that it would be a little bit higher because I wasn't sure. All right. So that is my water. And then what I would normally do is turn my stove to low and leave it on here. Keep an eye on the water, make sure the water doesn't dry out. But I will just keep this on here on low heat for both. If you wanted to use it like right away, which I don't, you can keep it on longer. But I would only keep it on for about an hour or so on low heat. I watch it all the time, make sure the water doesn't dry out. This is our pain relieving rub, and this works wonders. It works like a dream. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. And if you enjoyed seeing how to make this deep, relaxed muscle rub, then you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up. Send me a comment and tell me if you tried it, how it worked for you, and how do you make yours. And if you make it already, how do you make yours? And what ingredients do you put in yours? But as always, from my kitchen to yours, I am Annie. And for those of you that are here for the first time, welcome. Thanks again for watching, and continue everywhere you go to spread the love and let your light shine.